for folks who may not be familiar with the books, kind of an elevator pitch about what they're about, and then I want us to sort of have a conversation about ways in which there are some really interesting connections between these books.
Okay. Hi guys. So City of Ghosts, which is my middle grade debut, is about a girl who nearly drowns in a river and is pulled out by a boy who just happens to be a ghost. And so now she's not all the way alive and he's not all the way dead. And together they have the ability to cross the veil and to see ghosts. And completely unbeknownst to them, their past parents have just signed on to host a television show, traveling around to the world's most haunted cities. And it's about how these two things collide in very troublesome ways for Cassie.
And then Cassie has to wrestle with, there's all these stories of ghosts. Her parents, their livelihood these stories of ghosts, and she has to deal with the real thing.
Well, it's really interesting. One of the reasons that I decided to write City of Ghosts is because I was living in Scotland, and I discovered that.
That sounds rough.
Yeah, it was so hard. It was really hard. I fell on that sword for research. But when I discovered something while I was there, my family's British, and I have a British heritage, and I haven't lived there before. And I happened to be living there, and it turned out I was living in a haunted house. And nobody bothered to tell me. And when I asked about 2 months in, when I noticed this house was definitely haunted, things kept happening. And I was like, okay, don't call me crazy here, but like, I went up to one of the house things, and I was like, I think this house may be haunted. And I'm like, yeah, I know that. And I was like, okay, why did it not occur to you to tell me that this house was haunted? What I got to was a much larger issue, a much larger thing, which is that a lot of my Scottish acquaintances and friends treated those stories the exact way you would treat any other anecdote. Everyone had them, they treated them as normal stories. Everywhere I went, I said, oh yeah, I'm writing a story about ghosts. They say, I have a ghost story for you. And they see people running theme in City of Ghosts. Everywhere they go, when they talk about the fact that they're filming this television show, everyone they meet is like, I have a ghost story for you. And I was fascinated by the normalcy of it, the idea that this was a culture that didn't elevate ghost stories to this superstitious pedestal. They didn't make of them anything of what they were or what they weren't. And Cassie has a line in the second book when somebody asks her if she's a believer. And she says, you know, it's really easy to not believe until you experience something, and then it's really hard not to. And that's kind of the driving force behind this is it doesn't matter. I can't make you believe in ghosts. That's not my goal, that's not my purpose. But as someone who does believe in ghosts and has had their share of strange experiences, my goal is to just crack open that door for you and make you doubt and make you wonder and make you feel what it might feel like if you did believe in ghosts if you don't already.
So both of you have written a middle grade book. This is your first one. Why, Matt, you decided to write a book? Why write this book? Why not write a book for adults or teens or a picture book? And Victoria, you've written many books for grown-ups and teens. What made you decide to tell this story for this age?
I want to write a scary book. Like, I know that's not a silly thing to say. I want to write a scary book, so I wrote it. But this is the best area to write a scary book in. Like, in YA, like, okay, but like, is there a romance or is there an adventure? And that's great too. We don't get a lot of YA straight up horror, especially fantastical. And an adult, horror takes a very specific kind of thread. It has to be very syndicated. And I wanted to write something a bit more fantasy, a bit more fantastical, and make it really scary. And it turns out, like, middle grade is the absolute best place to be afraid. Like, no one's to be adults, but like, the children are way better at it than you guys are. And like, they're way better at dealing with fear. They're way better at handling it. They're not afraid of the same things that adults are afraid of, and they can take it in a really different way. So it's never any question for me that my scariest book is going to be for kids.
I want to be part of the experience.
I love that your book hopefully introduces kids to the idea of fate, and mine introduces us to the idea that dead people are walking among us. And so we still want to create that question in the world.
And what you're talking about is really about belief, and what is true, and how we identify truth, which isn't all
space there, ever. And so it's also about this idea of how much space you give the characters to experience. Cassie doesn't know her mom does believe that she has a ghost best friend, but she's humoring her, not patronizing her. She's making space for that belief because her Cassie's mom, who's a storyteller, belief is super important. Whereas Cassie's father is about laying the tangible framework. He is the historian. He can set up the story and he doesn't necessarily believe in the supernatural.
Right, the parallel there in my book is that when Leo tells a story and something appears from the story, other people can't see it.
Yeah.
Only if you've heard the story can you see the creature that's left behind. At least initially, that changed after a while. But at the same time, who's doing this one?
Well, one thing about both belief and faith and whatever form it takes is that it has to be able to stand up when nobody else can verify it. Like, that's it. Nobody else can see Cassie's best friend. And she can start to doubt that reality that happens with faith and belief in any measure is that if you're the only one who experiences it, you can't justify it to somebody else. How do you know it's real?
So one of the ways in which we convince somebody that something's real is the way that we tell a story. Both of your books involve rich other worlds. I mean, yours is in the very far future, so you have to tell this story about a world that doesn't exist except in your imagination. And when you're telling the story of the ghosts and what's beyond the veil, it has its own rules. And just like any good fantasy does, what's that like to create these incredible fantasies that you have to make real for the reader?
Well, for me, it's a lot of fun. It's also very hard because the great thing about fantasy, at least in my world, where the only law I have to pay attention to is gravity. Everything else I have to make up, which is wonderful. It's like a total control, like you create this world. But it's also difficult because you have to make it consistent, and there's nothing to base it on. Cass has this world and another world. So you have to play both ways. I was completely in another framework, and so everything had to be invented, and everything had to connect to everything else. So even though it's not a real world, it still has to feel real and believable, even though it's completely beyond our frame of reference.
One of the things you did that was really interesting was there was this moment where Leo, the main character, he has to prove himself by fighting this beast. And this beast, this creature is not one that, is recognizable in our world. And the weapon, though, is a dagger. And he talks about only having minutes to do something. So there are ways in which you grounded it in my experience and our experience with, things that I was familiar with that anchored it so that I could then absorb this strange beast and these weird powers and like this and all of these, things that I wasn't familiar with that built the fantasy. Good.
No, I write a lot of fantasies. This is my 14th book, and they're all, I have 5 or 6 worlds that I play in, so I spend a good portion of my time designing fantastical environments, and my primary goal is to make them intuitive and believable, and make it so you can very easily step into them, so you don't feel like you need a glossary or a crash course or any form of information that you're not going to get in context in order to enjoy them. And for me, what that comes down to again and again and again, regardless of the kind of world I'm building, is I build it off of reality. So even when I'm building a second world, like in Shades of Magic, it's about building a world that's based in a reality, based on a world that we know. Something like in City of Ghosts, Cassie can walk through the veil. Well, the veil is a version of the world around her at that time. It's just a veil surrounds a ghost. A veil is the ghost's diorama. It's their environment. It's the place where they die and the time when they die. So it's like a little capsule, but it's still space. It's still time. It's still an image, an idea. And I want to make these worlds, as fantastical as they are, really conceivable, really visual, and really interactive for the reader. I want to be able to slip right into that. Because if you can't picture it, then I failed. So the most important thing to me is you'll figure out the rules once you're in the world, but I have to get you into that space as seamlessly as possible. And plus, I'm not wanting the world to be strange. I still want the world to be strange. To me, there's no mental allure to this idea that magic, ghosts, the supernatural, it's all real. It's just one step away. It's behind the door. We have to figure out how to open it. And that door is right there. The door is something we can touch. Through on the other side is the thing we haven't found.
Another thing that I think is an interesting connection between both books is both the characters, Leo and Cassie, have this amazing power that they're wrestling with, that they're maybe a little annoyed by at the beginning or terrified of, but it comes with it, to quote Spider-Man, enormous responsibility that they have to learn to accept and to engage. I don't know if you guys want to speak to that at all.
Anyone who can go Spider-Man is okay with me.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, that's the journey of that Leo has in this book. So this book is all about his world and what that's like, and coming to terms with this, what he's learned to understand as an affliction, to see him not afflicted, but gifted, which he only comes to through some help of some logical to know who he is, and that the great power that he has, which to him is nothing but a knowing, scary, revolting, and an obstacle to claiming the throne, which he thinks is his real destiny. It turns out he has a destiny much, much bigger than that. And then the next book, which is just been completed next year, is all about the world of the enemy, which he has to be thrown into. And there, he discovers that the enemy actually knows more about him, or there needs to be a sparrow like him than he knows about himself. So there's all sorts of interesting discoveries and revelations that happen there. And there's a third book, which we'll take for next year.
Well, and so when you meet Cassie for the first time in City of Ghosts, she has half the ability that she has for almost a year. She basically, almost a year before, she nearly drowned, and she ended up both kind of alive, mostly alive, and with this dead best friend named Jake that only she can see. And ever since then, she's been drawn to the veil. She'll notice that she gets this kind of weird feeling, and she's not careful, she'll kind of stumble through this curtain into a ghost realm. And she has no idea why she has this ability. She just thinks it's a weird side effect of what's happened to her. And it's not until she gets to Edinburgh and she meets another person with the same ability and finds out that she's supposed to be a ghost hunter. That like she's supposed to be using this ability to hunt down ghosts and help send them on so they're no longer trapped in their own veil. The problem there is that her best friend is ghosts. And so this ghost hunter's like, first of all, what have you been doing for the last year? Just like sightseeing, just like taking a walk through the veil. And number two, why do you have a ghost like following you around as a best friend? You need to send that thing on like right now. And so Cassie's actually doing pretty well with what she thinks her power is until she figures out when something else tells her what she's actually supposed to be doing with it, and she realizes she's been using it wrong this entire time. She's not sure she wants to use it right. Like she knows she has a purpose, and this girl says, you're back for a reason. You have this second chance. But this is a toll you have to pay. You need to give back to the proverbial world in this way. And she's not sure what that means for her and for her best friend.
So I made a big oops, and I totally let my SD card get full. Unfortunately, I didn't bring my backup. It's still in the Airbnb, so that was all I could really get. We tried to film some on our phones to kind of fill in the gaps that unfortunately I'll now have. But we just met Victoria Schwab, and that was really cool, and I got her signature on like 7 books, and one of which I'm planning on using as a giveaway, so I look forward to that. And that's really it. I think we're going to stop somewhere and get some food and go back to the Airbnb and get ourselves all checked out and head back home. Oh, also, I got to meet some really awesome people today, and that was really, really cool. Other than meeting authors, I got to meet some of you guys, which was so awesome. And I'll include those pictures here. Yay! It was so nice meeting you guys, and I'm so glad that you came out and said hi. And well, now it's time to go back to the Airbnb. So I'll talk to you later. Bye! So we're at this place now called Raging Taco, and that's what we're going to have for lunch before we head home when it's a late lunch. But I thought I'd show you what we're having. Xander's got himself a chicken burrito, and Marty's got what?
No.
Tacos? What kind of tacos? Beef tacos. And I have this ridiculous, huge, like, oh my gosh, look at this. It's bigger than my head. And it's a Jamaican jerk burrito. We'll see how it is. But I did want to say, I think my highlights for today had to be, one, Tashi. Meeting her was really just absolutely amazing, and she is so pretty too, oh my gosh, and so sweet, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. But another really big high point for me was actually getting to meet some of you guys. That just really made my day, and the fact that you came up and found me, and it just made me so happy. And yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna eat now, and then we're gonna make our way back to the room and pack up and head out. Hello my lovelies. So as you can tell, I'm back home and I'm beat, but I had such an amazing weekend, or a few days anyway. It was just so nice. And as you can see, I also have a lot of books here. Now, most of these books I brought with me, but I wanted to show you which books I brought and got signed, and also show you which books I purchased while I was there, because I purchased a few. And also what I've read during this vlog is kind of a wrap up. So Xander and I were reading Artemis Fowl, and we got to page 95 of this, and then we DNF'd it because neither of us were really all that interested in it. Maybe an unpopular opinion, I have no idea, but neither one of us were really feeling it, so I don't know if we'll try it again or not. My little guy missed me bunches, didn't you? So on our way back from the book festival, Marty and I continued listening to Watchers by Dean Koontz, and we are currently on page 412, so we only have this much left right here. And no idea when we'll get to that, because Marty has to go to work tomorrow. Church is going nuts. He is so excited that I'm home now. Okay, so I started reading The Cheerleaders by Kara Thomas, and I got to page 117 of this, and I'm going to continue reading it. And she signed it, and she wrote, "Melanie, trust no one." And she also gave me this bookmark that's, you know, information about the book, but on the back it has a suspect list where you can write down the people you think it might be. And that's kind of cool. As you saw, I finished reading When Dimple Met Rishi, and I think I give this 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. It was super cute. And she wrote, "Melanie, Kismet and Kisses." And at the beginning of this vlog, I started and finished The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli, and she wrote, "For Melanie, with love, Becky Albertalli." And she also signed Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda, and in this, she wrote, "For Melanie, love, Becky Albertalli," and she drew Simon, which I think is super cute. And for Leah and the Offbeat, she wrote, "For Melanie," and she drew the little cup here, and of course signed her name. I got to meet Roshani Chashki, and that was really cool. And she signed Aru Shaw and The End of Time, which is funny because I already had a signed book plate here. So she signed this one for me and Xander, and it says Xander and Melanie, and she has quite a large signature. Hey baby. I also brought with me the Star Touched Queen, and she just signed that to Melanie. And also A Crown of Wishes. And she signed that to Melanie. We also got to meet Adam Gidowitz, and he is the author of A Tale Dark and Grim, and this is a book Xander and I have read together, and we actually have the whole series, though we haven't read the rest of it yet. And he wrote, "To Xander, beware and enjoy." And then in the second book, in A Glass Grimly, he wrote, "To Xander, warning, it gets grim." And in the last book, The Grim Conclusion, he wrote, "To Xander, enjoy the nightmares." And apparently they're also going to have like a live podcast or something. Okay, so I brought a lot of Victoria Schwab books and got them signed. So I got her to sign Because You Love to Hate Me, which is a book by several different authors. And she actually signed for Melanie, and she signed it at her story. And that was pretty cool. I want to try to get everybody that took part in writing this to sign on their stories. I think that would be really, really cool. And I also want to wish her a quick recovery, and I hope that not a whole bunch of people get sick because apparently she was feeling really, really bad. And when she was signing our books, she was telling somebody that she was going to be going to urgent care immediately following the signing because she was pretty sure she had strep throat. And I was just like, oh, please don't have strep throat because I really don't want to get it. But hopefully she doesn't have strep throat. Hopefully she gets to feeling better very soon. I also got A Darker Shade of Magic signed. Or should I say I got it personalized because she signed it again, but it was actually already signed prior to me purchasing it. And then I also got A Gathering of Shadows and A Conjuring of Light. And on both of those, she just wrote for Melanie and signed her name. Voila. I also got my hardcovers of This Savage Song and Our Dark Duet signed. And again, I think she just wrote, yeah, Melanie and signed her name. Melanie signed her name. And I also got a paperback of This Savage Song signed by her. And I did not get this one personalized because I plan on putting this in a giveaway hopefully very soon. I'm thinking when I hit 2,000 subscribers, I'll do another giveaway. So now on to all of the books that I purchased. So the first 3 books here are books that I purchased from the Little Shop of Stories that you would have seen towards the beginning of this vlog. And 2 of them were for Xander and 1 of them was for me. So Xander wanted me to get him Fortnite, the Ultimate Unauthorized Guide. And I also got for him Overwatch Anthology Volume 1. And this is actually a graphic novel in hardcover. So he was excited about that one. And then I was so overwhelmed in that store that I wanted to buy so many things, but I was just like, okay, calm down. The festival hasn't even started yet. Just wait. But I did end up purchasing one thing for myself, and it was a graphic novel because I didn't even know this particular thing existed. And it is Jem and the Holograms Showtime. And I watched this cartoon a gazillion years ago when I was a kid, and I loved it. And I had everything that was Jem and the Holograms. They had these Barbie dolls that were Jem and the Holograms, but they weren't Barbie dolls because they didn't have like Barbie's exact shape, and definitely didn't have Barbie's feet because Jem had big feet. And I had her backstage and her car and just all kinds of stuff, and I loved it. And then so many years back they came out with a movie like they did that was supposed to be Jem and the Holograms, and it was really nothing at all like the cartoon, But when I saw this, I was just like, yes! And I had to get it. So I'm excited to read this one. Okay, then when we went to the Kid Note speech, that was all the Harry Potter stuff, I purchased Kenny and the Dragon by Tony Iterlizzi. I know I'm saying it wrong, but I can't remember how to pronounce it. And it sounded super cute. And there's lots of little graphics in it and stuff. And it's a really short book. I thought this would be one that Xander and I would enjoy reading together. It sounded cute to me. It says, little hair, big tail. What do you do when your new best buddy has been designated a scourge by the community and marked for imminent extermination? Just ask Kenny Rabbit. When the simple folks in the sleepy little village of Roundbrook catch wind that there's a dragon running loose in the countryside, they get the wrong idea, and the stage is set for a fight to the death. So it's up to Kenny to give his neighbors front row seats to one of the best known battles in history. The legendary showdown between St. George and the dragon, without losing a friend in the fray. And it just sounded really, really cute. And it's only like 151 pages. So this will go super fast. So the next 3 books here are a trilogy called The Other Side Tales by S.W. Heaton. And we have The Smoke Riders, The Tears of Time, and Forged in Flame. And if you remember him speaking in the video earlier, he said this was like Alice in Wonderland meets Tolkien, I believe. So let me read what it says about book 1. Book 1 of the Other Side Tales saga. Addie is a chatterbox who can't stay out of trouble. Her mom works late and her dad has been missing for years. When a pack of boys from her class corners her in an alley, words won't save her. A wicked drop into a dumpster turns into Addie's big disappearing act as she careens, shoeless and alone, into a world of myth and violence called Other Side. Within mere moments, a vicious mogger picks up her scent and will stop at nothing to catch its prey. While Addie is on the run, she hears rumors about an evil group from the north raiding villages and whispering in the dark. They call themselves the Smoke Riders. Addie and the new friends she gains on her journey must find a way to shake the relentless mogger and warn the old king about the Smoke Riders before the South is lost forever. Maybe, Addie thinks, she can find her father in this beautifully broken world. But Other Side has a funny way of granting wishes. Fall into a brand new myth. And I'm really looking forward to reading this. Also, if you remember the lady that was dressed up as an elf, she is the author of this next series that I purchased, which is the Keepers of the Essence series. Oh. And we have Trillin's Redeemer, Nature's Lady, Savior of Randar, Master of Air, Phoenicia's Hope, Water's Maiden, and The Legend of Ashnir, Creature of Darkness. And these are all by Rebecca Amon. And they're all, as she said, different elements, I believe. And okay, I love the fact that there is this mermaid on the cover. Okay, so let me read you about book 1. Neath stem and petal the baby lies. Earth and nature are her ties. She determines if good lives or dies. After her sacrifice, evil flies. At birth she was abandoned. At 16 she was found. As an elf she discovered her power. And as Kiam's chosen, she has to save her world. Found and raised by a kind farmer, Alarnoa, an elfin princess, grew up as Geneva, a peasant girl raised in a humble cabin on a small island. When Freyladi, a mysterious elf, arrives at their farm, he reveals her unknown past, illuminates the present chaos in their world, and gives her an ultimatum. How was she to know that her parents had been captured by Phasm and imprisoned in the dungeons of Azul? Yet she was supposed to free them before Vizam took complete control over the land of Twilin and brought everything under his evil rule. That's what Freylati expects, and he intends to see it happen because he was sent by the king and queen to find her and will not let them down. Before they can reach Azul, however, they must make a treacherous journey from the Pixie Islands to the Dwarf Undergrounds, across the nomad desert of Suda, and through the forest of the Shapeshifters. Fazan's soldiers await them at every turn, but Geneva and Freylati also find friends on their path. Friends that are ready to see Fazan's reign come to an end. But how can a small, undisciplined group outwit Fazan's forces and overthrow his reign? All hope rests on Alarnoa. She is Twillin's redeemer, nature's lady. And this I thought sounded really interesting. I like all of the different, like, fae and pixies and mermaids and all of that. And so I'm excited about all that. And I think there's a pirate in this one. And yeah. The only thing that concerns me is the names. I have a hard time when the books have such difficult names. Why can't they be real names that we can easily pronounce and understand? Why do they have to be the most complicated names ever? Anyway, so that is my reading wrap up, my signatures, and my haul from this whole festival slash vlog. And well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below. And until next time, remember to always be completely you.